I did go to school here. I graduated in '89, so I was here from '85 to '89. But yeah, I've been working for the district for going on 25 years.
When you went to this school, are there any activities that you remember that's like, oh, that's my high school experience?
In high school, I played volleyball and I ran track. So those were the two things that I did, and I loved playing volleyball. I loved doing that. And I can remember first day of practices in the same gym that's right here, running as we started, and just hearing the wood creak of the floor as we do our laps, and then and then go through drills and stuff like that, and it was a really fun time.
Was your season, like, would you say a winning season?
We switched districts because we played in San Antonio. We played in the north side, which was Clark, Marshall, Holmes, Taft. We played in that, and I called it the junior college district, and we won. We beat Clark High School the year after they won state here at this gym. And my junior year, we beat them here. It was back when volleyball was 3 sets, and but we beat them here, and that was one of my. I think I might still actually have the video cassette of the game. Track, I ran the Open 200. I am part of the school record holder in the 4x100 relay. Yeah, I ran the second leg.
How do you feel about the difference in the energy? Is it the same?
I think the kids are a lot more athletic now. They know their sport a lot more than we did when we were in school, and they have better equipment, and a lot more knowledge of what they were doing, which is great because it just means that the kids are that much better at what they do. But yeah, things have changed a lot from the way that you play the game, because in volleyball they went from 3 sets siding out, which means you can only score if you serve, to rally point 5 sets. So it's changed over the years.
Do you have any athletes that like stick out to you? Maybe the ones that you played with, the ones that you coached?
Aiden Garcia, coming in as a freshman, was just amazing. I mean, she was maybe 5'8", 5'9", but she could probably hit about you would think that you're playing against a 6'2" hitter. She was just amazing, not just because she could play, she had a lot of skill, but she loved her team, and she worked out. You asked her to jump 5 feet and she went 10. The kid just went over and beyond, and she was a great leader. Her teammates loved her. She worked for the seniors before her, and that's why the kids that were coming under her wanted to keep doing well so that they could go far for her. Aiden was one, and Jessica Sanchez is another one, and I could go on and on, but the kids, we were very, and we're still lucky. We have a very strong base of kids that that really make us look good, because without you guys, without the kids, we wouldn't. We'd just be another school, another coach. But you guys over the years have created legends and have created a legacy. You've created something, a tradition. That other kids see when they come up. I mean, y'all might not know it, but little kids come to the games and they see you guys play, and they see you practice and warm up and all of that, and they see, and then they remember, and they want to be there later on, and it's those things are important.
From when you were in school to now, how do you think the school spirit has changed?
It's changed dramatically. I don't think the school spirit is what it used to be, because I guess kids can get so distracted with everything else because they have all this technology, and they get lost in their phones and technology, where back when we were here, you went out and you went to the games. I remember waiting an hour to get into the gym to go see the basketball games. If you didn't get here, an hour before the games, you wouldn't get in. It was standing room only, packed for basketball. It would, the student body was just all involved in what was going on at school. They would show up for the football games, they'd show up for the volleyball games, they'd show up for basketball games. There were groups. Mr. Morin was talking about it, the 7:30 lunatics, and then we had the pep squad that would fill in a section of they'd wear their jerseys, they'd wear their shirts, and they'd come in and just be loud and cheer on the teams, and that kind of thing. Just it's not what it used to be. It just isn't. Right. Parents are there, and maybe brothers and sisters, and you a significant other or whatever, but the way that it used to be, we'd fill the bleachers, and it would be nice to get back to that, to get off the phones and look at what's happening on the campus.
Yeah, one of the questions I was going to ask is about the 7:30 lunatics.
Those guys would just and they would show up everywhere. It wasn't just here. They'd go to the out of town games too, and they'd pick one guy or one girl or whatever from the other team, and they would just I'm you for two, and just it was the best. You could hear them in the stands, and and it just made you again proud that this is where you came from. You're wearing the orange, you're wearing the white, you knew you had support. And then you'd come back to school the next day, or you'd come back to school on Monday, and everybody, oh, that was a great play, and oh, you guys did good, and congratulations. And that was a big deal too.
I'm not sure if you remember in the football games that they would sell the ribbons that said like "Beat the Ram."
Yeah, when we were in school, they would sell. It was like an eagle, and on a it said EP, and it had an eagle, and then it had a real big safety pin on the back of it, and they would sell ribbons, and the ribbons were orange and white, so you could buy either one of them or both, and then. Whoever we would play, it would say like roast the Rams, or and then all of your friends would sign your ribbons, and so your friends would sign your ribbons, and you'd sign theirs, and oh, you got so and so to sign it, and and at the end of the year you'd have a long row of all of the different teams that you played, and all of your friends' signatures and all of that. And that was something cool, because it was a memory that you had from for the year. And even as far as memories go, like with Herf Jones, they used to sell a memory book, and there were all sorts of things that you could put in the memory book, like the first day of your senior year, and like tickets, how much a ticket to a concert was, and price of gas, and meal at a restaurant, and stuff like that, going to the movies, what was the hit movie your freshman year or sophomore year, all this stuff that you could put in there. And they don't have that anymore either. Even the Letterman jackets changed. The Letterman jackets, the girls used to have what everybody has now, the orange with the white. The guys used to have an all orange, and then band had a black jacket.
Okay.
And that were those were the different things. Or I think the guy athletes also had the orange and white, but but not everybody got them. Like student council and all these other things didn't get the orange and the white. They would get the black ones, and it was a little bit different. But yeah,
I know that there was intramural sports during the lunches.
They had intramural flag football, and I think they did intramural volleyball games and kickball games, and softball. They had softball games that they would play too, and they got pretty competitive. The classes, they would pick like your second period homeroom class, and you'd make your team from there, and you played against other classrooms, and it was pretty competitive, and everybody would go and watch, and they'd take their food and go and watch the game and cheer and all of that, and
Was that
but you had that interaction, on campus, where you'd have something to look forward to. There was always something to look forward to. It wasn't, wow, it's another Tuesday and there's nothing going on. That if there's more things to do, more kids will get involved with more things around the school.
Right.